most of the time. One actually owned the other, but they couldn't vote to stop or shut the place down because the government wouldn't let them. So it was being more wiser than real people. Anyway, in real life, they were very close together. There was no reason to have two railroads next to each other, except that the government would not let the B&O vote to stock, and therefore couldn't shut it down. So they existed for 50 years side by side, competing with each other. One owned the other, but they were run entirely separate with their own stuff. They occasionally ran on each other's track because of wrecks or some other problem. But the Western Maryland's in the front. It's usually the lower railroad. It came later. It had to take whatever it could get in space. The B&O is usually a little higher ground behind it. The track layout, although compressed like everybody does, is pretty much Cumberland, Maryland, 1953. If you took any book on the subject, went to the internet, you will know where you're at. In that the buildings and so forth are all pretty much scaled down versions of what was there. When you get around the other side, take a look underneath. What you're seeing the way of the layout is 1/3 of it. Everything you can see up above is 1/3. 2/3 of it are down below in terms of track.
It's amazing.
2,400 feet of track underneath. That's the storage. You have a capacity of about 1,300 cars. And just about as much track to get to the visible layout as what's underneath. And that's because we try to run it in a prototypical manner, which means trains come from where, this is a junction. Cumberland was a big junction. Trains come from whatever direction they are. They do their business, switch, or whatever they do. And then they go through and they leave the layout and we never see them again. We can store 70 trains down below. We normally would never run 70 trains. Couldn't get enough people in here to do that.
Right.
But we normally run one train or the other. One railroad. Next week we'll be running the Western Maryland. So the B&O is pretty much staged already. Leo is running a train on the B&O. Didn't quite make it in the yard for some reason. The phone system here is designed by steps, and we're back over near the door, and you just look down below and look at the patch plant. It's a huge, gigantic patch plant. It's probably the most complex phone system in the mile railroad any place. Except designed and implemented in many different lines. Borrowed several other rooms down here when we're doing objects, statues, and stuff. The screens you see are touch panels. If it's okay to touch them, they'll come alive. They all function exactly like the prototype. You can see them. I'll eventually probably replace 1 or 2 of them with real things. They make the same sounds as they were real engineers. Our big thing, which we don't really do, is automated running. This whole thing has been set up and designed for automated running, so you could run through all the through trains of an out session, in which all the functions would work, all the trains would stop where they ought to train, so forth and so on. So very recently, the sensors were not reliable enough. They've just become reliable enough. And we may at our next off session, which is a Western Maryland one, which is the light trains, single track, with some moving scenery in the double track, which is what you see moving now. Some of those trains made automatically.
What?
It's an adaptive learning system that was designed by a member of the crew, by the name of Pete Pressman. It knows where it is and adapts its speed and so forth to whether it's running ahead or behind. We'll follow the signals. The signals are 9-aspect B&O signals. Lots of little nuances. They're all color position lights. I don't know if they're even on because they're attached to the computers. The computers are probably not out. But,
the computer's not out.
Well, okay, but I'm looking at something here that I'm looking at a dark signal.
Dave, did you experience an 06 earthquake?
Pardon?
Did you experience an 06 earthquake?
Oh, I was working in here. We just put in a new couple sense wires, and I brushed that with my hand.
Okay.
Probably others that are not going to be.
So the adaptive system will be able to handle the fact that...
You get bonus points for going into the
You'll be
buildings.
able to handle
It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
Signals. Intrusion means something that's
Holy cow.
gotten in its way. It'll handle signals. It'll handle that it's running ahead or behind the script that it calls for. And eventually,
Oh, I see.
if we carry this thing far enough,
This is the entry.
you'll be able to do pretty much everything that you
Let's do it. I'm going in.
as moving scenery. Henry Freeman came up with the concept of moving scenery.
The belly of the beast here.
I like the idea. He's in the East Coast.
So we gotta crawl under here.
He's moved from New York. But it was his idea, and I just copied it.
It's impressive.
We have a significant number of
Okay, thanks.
find their own mission. They are coke ovens on the scenic and structural artistic in commodity. And as a result, the idea of moving scenery where the things just moving through the scene and they're working on the scene is very much
The Western Maryland's train order is non-signal, except for the tunnels, and the train order board